Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to talk about how to earn money on Instagram using AI. And when I say make money, I mean $500 a day, which is around 15K a month. Okay, let's say 15K a month. And first of all, who am I to talk about this, right? So for the people who know, you can kind of skip this introduction, but my name is Arnas. I've been running my online business called Passionate Income, okay? You can look it up. It's on Instagram, has over 1 million followers. And I've been running this brand for around 4 years now. And obviously 4 years ago, I mean, AI existed, but it wasn't really popular. AI really became popular maybe like 1.5 years ago. So in the past 1.5 years, oh, that's a weird 5. In the past 1.5 years, you know, we kind of like 5x'd our business. And I guess AI really helped a lot. So today I'm gonna share my experience and I'll show you how you can do 15K a month, okay? Right now, my businesses where like I'm using AI, I'm not using AI, whatever, but my businesses in general generate around 500,000 a year, which is around 42,000 a month, and that's in profit, right? So I'm not talking about just revenue and 10% of it is profit. So if I'm making this, I can definitely teach you how to do this. Okay, and this video is all about that. So, you know, now that you know who I am, and now that we know why we're here because I want to show you how to make money. Let's uncover this name, right? How to earn money on Instagram using AI, right? So, why I'm saying using AI, why I'm not saying with AI. So, AI itself, AI is not a business model. It's not a bit like AI itself is not a business model. It is a business, but it's not a business model. And what do I mean by that? Well, business model could be, you know, selling services online. Business model could be owning a gym and charging a membership, right? That's a business model. AI itself is not a business model, right? So when someone tells you, hey, here's how I make money using AI, they're not making money from AI itself. They're making money from a business model, right? They don't say what business model, but they're just using AI to grow their business, right? So now we need to agree that AI is not a business model, and all AI is a tool set, right? Or tools. Just let's say tool. AI is a tool for you to grow your business. And you can use any business model to do so, right? So like over the past 2 years, I taught this probably over 100 people. And I had some incredible stories, incredible results. And you can look up on the channel, like I don't have a way of pulling up, you know, their accounts on the board, but I have plenty of students who are making a lot of money just using this, right? So this information, you know, when I consult people, costs a lot of money, but I'm giving it to you for free away. So let's dive into it. So now you kind of know who I am, what I do, and you know why you're here, right? We're here to earn money on Instagram using AI. So we didn't uncover, you know, the part where I said on Instagram. So on Instagram, why on Instagram? On Instagram, because Instagram is a business model, right? I mean, it is, you know, because previously I said AI is not a business model, but IG itself is a business model. Let's say BM, business model, right? And what I mean by IG itself is a platform, right? But when I say IG, I mean IG following, right? Following an audience. And you might say, hey, Arnas, are we going to talk about growing a following? doing some TikTok dances here, and just becoming the second Charlie D'Amelio? Absolutely not, right? All we want is a following. We don't want to be out there ourselves. Like, I'm out here myself because I chose to, but you have a choice not to be in front of the camera and still grow an IG following. Why IG following? So IG following in general has the highest ROI, you could say, per follower on like social media platforms. Yes, you have YouTube, so you're watching this on YouTube, and you might say, well, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube is way better than 10,000 subscribers to IG. Yes, but YouTube is more powerful because it has long form videos of personal brands, right? You have faceless channels on YouTube, but they don't have that of a strong impact as a personal brand. So if we want to grow an IG following and go faceless without our face, then we can really grow a following which is high quality, and we can monetize it in many different ways. So what business model am I talking about is exactly what I've done for the past 4 years, and past year and a half we've been using AI and all of that. So I like to call it Instagram automation, right? IG automation. And you may have heard of YouTube automation, which I think you can compare it to that, but it's way different. The only similarity is the name, right? But I held like a workshop last week, and I had a question like, hey, what does IG automation entail? Which is a great question. A lot of people are like, they hear all this fancy stuff and they're like, what does that mean? So I'm in reality the only person who can actually tell you what it is, because I created this term. Okay, so if you see anyone else using IG automation, cool, I created that, so I'm the person who can actually explain what it is, right? So IG automation, it's essentially faceless Instagram pages, okay? Faceless IG pages. Some people call them theme pages, but I like to say faceless IG page because a theme page is around one theme. I like to say faceless IG pages or faceless IG brands, because I'm not growing an IG page, I'm growing a brand, right? I have a brand called Passionate Income, and now it's not just a page, it's a brand, it's a media brand. That's what we want. A theme page, I don't know, it could die, right? But a real brand never dies, right? Nike is still out there for how many years, right? So you want to build a brand. It's more long lasting, right? So IG automation is essentially faceless Instagram pages, but what do I mean by that? It means this is only like one part of 3 parts, okay? So faceless IG pages is cool. Growing faceless brands, whatever, having a following. The following that you can check on Instagram, right? You can go at Passionate Income on Instagram. You'll see my page, right? That's just growing a brand. That's growing a page. But there are 2 more things in IG automation that are way more important than just the brand, right? So number 2, I would say monetization, or like product infrastructure, right? Product infrastructure, whatever, right? So what do I mean by that now? A lot of people can figure out how to grow a faceless page, and then all the rest, they can't really figure it out, right? And without it, it's not really a stable business which can actually make you 500 a day, right? Because we don't want to make 500 one day and then 0 the next one. We actually want to make 500 a day, right? And we want to make it consistently as well, okay? So after you have the monetization and product infrastructure in place, then we go into automation. Like, that's why you see automation. And what do I mean by automation? So for example, on Passionate Income itself, I spend around 15 minutes a day, okay? Why? Because it has automation. I have a full team running everything. I just check in, negotiate some stuff if I need to with my long-term clients. But since we have monetization and product infrastructure in place, I don't really need to do much in terms of making money. Like I don't need to go after new clients or whatever. We have a pipeline which always works. And automation, since we have like just a process which always works, then we just hire people, right, from third world countries for relatively cheaply compared to the amount that our products bring in. So this way, this whole thing is called IG automation, because the whole idea here is for you to make, 10, 15K a month. And you can scale further, but it may require more work, right? But the idea behind IG automation is making like 10K, let's say to 20K, not dollars, 20K per month, and working less than 30 minutes, okay? Less than 30 minutes. And you might think like, don't bullshit me, that's impossible. Well, you think that's impossible because you've been programmed by our society that you need to put in time to get money, which is not true, right? It's just true if you're getting a job. But if you're running a business and you have like a sales pipeline, it's not correlated with time. Like, is it correlated how much Apple makes per year compared to like the time they spent on marketing or whatever? Not really, They use time as leverage, of course, of other people and hiring them, but like Apple could make double the amount next year because they just have a good product, but work less, right? So in business, you have leverage where, yes, you can put in more time, but that's not the right lever to pull, right? For example, in the automation, I have 9 people. So I'm outsourcing a few things. So obviously time, I'm saving time, but I'm also using code. So we're using softwares, which is AI, right? And then we're also like just using the right infrastructure, code, time, others people times. So I personally just work 30 minutes a day on this project, right? Me personally, I build this whole automation system to make money and to work way less and to have predictable income, right? It's cool to say I made 20K a month, right? In 1 month, that's cool. But you know what's cooler? It's making $240,000 a year, right? What's the difference, you might ask? There's no difference, right? 20K a month is $240 a year. Well, you're right. If you have a job and you're making 20K a month, your paycheck next month will be 20K. But if you have a business, your business will always go up and down, right? So do you want a business which makes 20K and then 11K and then maybe 8K and then you make 22K and you tell everybody that you make 22K, right? We don't want that. If we build a stable business, we'll just stay at that or grow. Okay? So there are a lot of lessons here I'm sharing with you, but I hope you're understanding what I'm talking about here, right? So let's uncover all of that, right? How am I still using AI? Now we kind of understand the whole process, right? Now we kind of understand the title of the video, right? So let me take a different color. Now that we understand the title, how to earn money. When I say earn money, I mean consistently, right? And that's why I said day, not month here, because we want to make money on a daily basis, okay? How to earn money consistently as a business, right? And when I say earn as well, I don't mean putting in a lot of time into this. On IG, right? So IG automation, that's what I explained, using AI. So remember that last part where I said automation? We're really using a lot of AI there. So even if I hire a content creator and editor, they're going to be using AI. And that's what led us, or Passionate Income as a brand, since AI came out, maybe we're doing like 120K a year, let's say, led us to doing around 500K a year. So, like, there are a lot of lessons I've learned over this, period of time. So, is Instagram alone and AI alone is the answer? I wouldn't say that at all. So, like a few weeks ago, I talked in a group chat to one very successful person, and I made a few videos. I shared with them a few of my videos that I made for my YouTube channel. And he said this, which I loved. He said, rented traffic, okay? Let's say T, rented traffic, okay? Then he did an arrow, and I was like, where is he going with this? So you have rented traffic, have owned traffic, so again I'll put a T. Then you have customers. Then after customers, you have recurring customers, okay? And then after that, you have investments. And then you have what we all want, freedom, okay? So let's uncover this, because, IG alone won't be the answer, okay? And I made other videos why. But let's call him my mentor, right? What did my mentor mean when he said rent the traffic, then the higher tier is own traffic, then you have customers, then you have recurring customers, then you have investments, and then you have freedom, right? And there's a lot of stuff to uncover here. But what is rented traffic? This is what marketers refer to as traffic on social media platforms. So let's say you have 1 million followers on Instagram, 1 million followers on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. That's just rented traffic, okay? You don't own that traffic. Like one day you can wake up without, a YouTube channel or an Instagram account, whatever. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it's a possibility, right? Maybe the servers of Instagram go down for a week, and then you don't have a business for a week, right? Do you want to rely on rented traffic? Absolutely not, right? I mean, you have to start somewhere, obviously, but long-term, we want to make 500 a day or more consistently, long-term. So we don't want to have a week where just your business disappears off the surface of the earth, and then it goes back after a week. Because again, that brings a lot of ups and downs, which we don't want, right? We want consistency and we want consistent growth. We want freedom, which looks like this, right? We want this graph, which is compound interest graph. So you want to slowly but surely just grow the business, right? This is, let's say, money. This is time. This is a clock, right? This is what we want. Over time, make more and more money consistently, and it's only ups, right? So rented traffic is Instagram, right? Own traffic, what is own traffic? Probably the easiest way to explain it is email address, okay, or a phone number, +1. That's a US country code, right? That's a phone number. So let's say you have a database of 75,000 emails. Guess what? We do have that on Passionate Income. So even if we have 1 million followers of rented traffic, and that goes down, you still have 75,000 database active people who are reading your stuff anyways, right? And you might think, well, but your own traffic is less than the rented one, which is true, right? When you rent traffic, you can get way more of it. The views you're renting, you can get way more of those than owned, because to own it, it's way easier. In real life also, it's way easier to rent a house or rent a cool apartment for a week than own a cool apartment, right? For example, for my birthday, I went to Dubai, right? And I rented this massive apartment for 10 days for, whatever, $2,000, right? 2K for 10 days or whatever. And that we split that, right? So it was 4,000, but I went with my friend, so I paid 2K. That apartment costs 2 million, right? So you see a difference in real life. Just an example with real estate, it's way easier to rent the Airbnb, split it with your friend, than actually buy the apartment, buy the property. Even if you go and you get a mortgage, it's still harder. You need a 20% down payment, right? So naturally, as you go in this direction, you'll have less and less people, but they're gonna be way more valuable, right? So 75K emails is actually more valuable than 1 million followers rented, right? So 75K we have on our newsletter. Then customers, remember I told you we have an infrastructure of, like let's say a pipeline. So customers is just people who buy. Let's say even if it's a $7 product, right? You might think, well, you're not really gonna make a lot of money from a $7 product. And let's say we convert 1% of the list to $7, right? That's gonna be 750 people times 7, which is, drum roll, should be around 5,350, I guess. $5,350. I may have it off, but 1%, 750 people, and that's times $7, okay? Should be 5,350, right? So what you might say, like, $5,350 is not that much, right? But what do I mean by this? Customers, it's just a way more valuable avatar of your audience, right? So a customer, even if they paid $7, then they're way, way more valuable. So they're way more likely to answer your messages. If you have their phone number, they're way more likely to answer their phone. They're way more likely to respond to your marketing messages, and so on and so forth, right? So it's not about the $7. It's about like filtering people into this thing, right? Recurring customers is essentially $7, and I'm giving $7 as an example, but this is $7 a month, right? So if someone is paying you a monthly fee to be a part of your product, of your software, of your community, or whatever, they're pretty much the highest echelon of, an avatar online that you can monetize, right? Because if someone's paying you recurring, you can sell them a $10,000 consulting package for their company. You can do whatever, because they're the highest. They're way better than an email address. They're way better than one-time customer. Recurring customer is like the biggest fan you have, right? So the more recurring customers you have, the more money you'll make, essentially. Not from the recurring, from the $7 itself. It's just by marketing to those people and upselling them, right? Upgrading them to something bigger. And then you'll have investments, which is like, when you have this whole system, then you just put money into investments, which pay you monthly or pay you, dividends, and then you have freedom, right? And what I explained to you here is pretty much the whole internet marketing thing, where like any business model you can take dropshipping, you can take agency, you can take whatever you want, okay? This is essentially it. Like, they're all doing the same thing. You can take IG, you can take YouTube automation, you can take whatever you want. This is the whole business thing online, okay? Summed up. And some of them may have some differences and stuff, but overall, this is the whole thing, okay? So now that we got that out of the way, you might say, well, I only want to make $500 a month, a day, right? I'm not looking to make investments of $10 million into real estate yet. I'm just starting off. All I want to do is make $500, right? Arnas, help me to get to that point. And when I get to that point, I can focus on, this, like customers, stuff like that. And you would be right. So you know what you're getting yourself into, right? Already. But what we're going to focus on today is rented content plus rented traffic plus owned traffic, right? So let's focus on that, because that's where most people struggle. Because if you can have rented and owned content, you can make money, okay? Like, if you have 1 million followers right now on Instagram, will you figure out how to make money? Yes, you'll figure out how to make $1 at least, right? You can agree with me. Maybe you can figure out how to make $500 or $1,000. Maybe it's hard for you, right? So you can't figure it out yet. But if you just had 1 million followers, 75K email subscribers, you can figure something out, right? So we're gonna focus on that. We're gonna focus on rented traffic and owned traffic, right? So why do we get into rented traffic in the first place? You see, rented traffic, okay, is cheap, or it's free. Pretty much free. It just costs you time, which if you're watching this video, you probably have enough time to do this. So rented traffic is free, and I'm talking about Instagram, right? So what do I mean by that? Well, if you just like start a page from zero, okay, today on Instagram, and you do 3 posts a day, 3 posts a day, here we go, and you start posting consistently, you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get views, okay? That's cool, right? Boom. It's pretty self-explanatory. And the more you post, and you know, the more time passes, again, you see this graph. So this would be time, this is a clock, and this would be views. Okay? So the more you post, the longer you post, the more consistently you post, the more views you'll get, which obviously leads into followers. Okay? Which means that you have an audience, rented audience. But the beauty of it is you can really grow for free, okay? All you need to do is post consistently. That's the beauty of rented traffic. And you can really reach way more people than with own traffic or with your own customers, right? Okay, so now we got that out of the way. This is the beauty of it, right? You can really go like very high into views and get like, you know, we get like 100 million views right now per month, right? Which is really cool. And it leads us to have a pretty cool audience, right? So now you understand why rented traffic is cool and why you should have it, right? The downside of rented traffic is that anytime, like I said, let's say Instagram server goes down, boom, you went from having 100 million views, like I just mentioned, to 0. And what happens when you have 0 views? Obviously, your business went up and then boom. And then you figure something out, you go up, boom. This is not what we want, right? So now you understand rented traffic. That's why we call it rented. Let's talk about owned traffic, right? So owned traffic. Owned traffic, okay? So let's uncover that. What's owned traffic? Usually, you know, it's way harder to get it. Hard. But it's consistent, okay? Has consistency. And usually, owned traffic costs a lot of money, okay? So you see all like guys running Facebook ads and saying, hey, take my free ebook or whatever. They're spending a bunch of money on Facebook ads to get some owned traffic, right? To get emails, essentially emails. Owned traffic is emails, email addresses. And why are we talking about email now? Email is such an old, technology, pretty much like 50 years old, right? Why are we talking about email? So emails is very consistent, okay? So if my email list, let's say I have 10,000 emails and I email them 3 times a week. Okay, boom. We have 10,000 emails. We email them 3 times a week. And let's say our average open rate is 40%. So what is open rate? It means, let's say you sent out an email to 10,000 different email addresses, right? And you don't physically need to copy and paste every address. We just have like a very simple software for that, right? Someone comes to our website, they enter their email, and now they're on that list. And we send that to that list. I'm just taking a random example of ours, obviously. But we send 3 times a week, and our average open rate is 40%. So on average, on average means consistently, we'll get around 4, like in this case, we'll get more, but let's say you have 10,000 emails, you'll get 4,000 opens, which means 4,000 people will always open, right? And this is very consistent, right? I mean, unless you do some spam stuff, you send 5 emails a day, it will go down. But if you just send 3 times a week and you keep the average like that and you keep the quality up, your open rate will stay at that, right? And as you grow your list, let's say now it's 50 here, then it's not going to be, 4,000 opens anymore. It's going to be 20,000 opens here. So you get the point, right? But you're essentially building a machine of guaranteed traffic. You own the traffic now. Anything that happens, even if Instagram servers go down or TikTok goes down, TikTok will get banned. I've seen that TikTok will get banned January 19th or whatever. Let's say TikTok get bans in the US and you had 1 million followers and now it's banned. No one's using TikTok anymore in the US. If you have 50,000 emails with 40% open rate, that day when TikTok dies and you lost 10 million followers or whatever, you'll still get 20% open, right? Because you own that traffic. Okay, anything happens. And why am I so confident that I say anything happens? You see, email, if I'm not mistaken, got invented in 1972. I think that, or 1970 something. My mom was born in 1972, but that's why it's stuck. I don't know exactly. But, it's been over 50 years now that email is alive. So governments build their systems on email, right? In most countries now, if you don't pay taxes, instead of sending you a letter to your physical address, they'll just send an email, right? So if governments put trust on email and not Instagram, I want to be on the government side, right? Because they know more than we do. Anything can happen, right? We have platforms, rented platforms. We had rented platforms, I used a bunch of social media platforms that don't exist anymore, right? So just think MySpace, right? For example, MySpace. It was a huge company. It got sold for $600 million. And probably now you're listening to this, you're like, what is MySpace? Or if you're a bit older, you'll be like, yeah, MySpace, where did that disappear? So imagine you had 1 million followers on MySpace. Okay? What would you have today? Nothing. But imagine you use that 1 million followers on MySpace to grow an email list. Okay? And you grew a list to 50,000. And with 40% open rate, you would still have 20,000 opens today. Okay, so now you can see that this is absolutely insane. Okay, this own traffic source, whatever happens, right? I know a lot of you guys listening to this are thinking well, I'll give this online business thing a shot. But what happens when it works out is you're not giving it a shot anymore. It becomes a business and you want to build a sustainable business, right? That realization hit me very hard, I'd say 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, where I was just relying on rented traffic, okay? And what happens when you just rely on that? It's terrible, right? You get nightmares because you're relying on a rented traffic source, right? Anything can happen. Maybe the landlord wants to evict you, right? It's all rented. When you own it, you own kind of the power, right? You own the control of the whole thing. So the easiest thing to explain it is rented house and an owned house, right? So now that we got that out of the way, and that you actually want to build a sustainable business, because imagine in 10 years from now, well, let's put it 20 years from now, or heck, let's put it 50 years from now. If you start a business today, do you still want to reap the rewards of that business that you started 50 years ago? Like in 50 years. Imagine I'm doing all of this, right? In 50 years from now, I'll still be making money from this. How crazy is that? Okay? If you build the right business with own traffic sources, you'll be able to do that. Okay? You'll be able to just live your life and always be sure that you own something. You own a piece of digital real estate. You own a database, whatever you want to call it, but you own it and you reap the reward. If 20 years ago I had 1 million followers on MySpace and I never saw it coming, it would have been a one-hit wonder, right? I would have been like, 20 years ago I had 1 million followers on MySpace and guess what? It disappeared. No one's using MySpace. But 20 years ago, if I would have built a 50K email list and kept on growing that for 20 years, I would have 1 million emails. And 1 million emails with a 40% open rate is 400,000 opens. Imagine 400,000 people in the world waking up and opening your email where you have a bunch of monetization tools, which I'm going to talk about right now. Okay, so here we go. And bear with me. I know this is kind of, complex and very long, but if you're still watching, what you should do is pull out your phone, snap a picture of you watching this video, post it on your Instagram story, and tag me at Owner Arnas on Instagram. I'll reshare it and we'll also have a chat. Okay, I'll send you a voice message as a thank you. So you see, when you have all of that, right? For example, I have 1 million followers, right? And on Instagram, the beauty of it is you can monetize in so many different ways. So you have stories, right? You have posts, right? You have DMs. You have comments. You have highlights. Right? And probably you have more, but what do I mean by that? You have all these features that can lead you to making money, okay? So all of these are actually made for you to make money. So stories, I can post a story with a link and make money. Or I can make a call to action saying, on a story, say, hey, DM me. And in the DMs, I can have a conversation and send someone a link to buy a product, which makes me money. On a post, I can say, well, I should add link in bio, I guess. Link in bio. So on a post, I could say, hey, go to my link in bio. And in link in bio, obviously, you have a product to make money. Then in the DMs, again, instead of just on a story or on a post telling people, hey, DM me, you say, hey, like you reach out to your followers. You've seen that someone's liking your stuff. You reach out, say, hey, what's up, my man? Thanks for being a follower. Let's chat. And then you send them to a link, again, which makes you money. Then you have comments. You have a comment section, right? What do I mean by comments? Ever seen this ManyChat bot where someone says, comment the word now, and I'll send something to you, or I'll drop a link. And you go to the comment section and it's like 10,000 people commented the word now. And every single comment is answered, hey, check this out, check your DMs. So what does that mean? That's called a ManyChat bot, okay? It's called a ManyChat bot. It's just a software, ManyChat bot. So it's just a software that connects to your Instagram account, and anytime someone comments, you can essentially send them a link in the DMs. You have highlights, right? So a highlight is a story but which has been saved after 24 hours. And you can have like a full sales funnel, essentially like everything about your product listed on one highlight, which leads to a link, which leads to money. Link in bio, people just found you naturally on Instagram, organically, they press your link in bio, they buy your shit, right? So Instagram is beautiful. That's why we choose Instagram and not like TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, whatever, because Instagram have all these different tools, right? It's also not only text platform, but also video. That's what's beautiful. So for example, YouTube is only video. I can only really post a video. There are some community posts you can do, but no one really reads them. But on Instagram, I can post a video of me, right? A reel. I just posted a reel of me hitting like Muay Thai pads, but I can also post a story with a bunch of text, right? I can post a carousel post, which is kind of like Twitter style, right? And then I have like, you know, five secrets that made me 500K this year. And then it's a carousel. So it's not only video, but it's also text. And text, if you know anything about copywriting, if you have good copywriting, with text alone, you'll be able to make money, and with video, you'll be able to build trust. And that's all under one platform, right? And people, like, you could say, well, Twitter has video, but who the fuck watches video on Twitter? No one, right? No one really watches that on Twitter. You know, you have TikTok, but you don't have the stories or the carousel posts where you can do a lot of text. And then you also have pictures. You can post photos, right? So that's the beauty, the versatility of Instagram, because you can make money from so many different ways. Like, again, the downside, not only on this Instagram, but the rented content is, you know, you don't own it. So that's why we drive people to email, okay? The beauty of email is stability. Stability and trust of the readers, right? So you have that. And when you have stability and a lot of emails, what internet marketers use is this very simple metric of $1 per email per month. And look, this can vary niche to niche. It really depends on your niche, what you're selling, what you're doing. But essentially, if you have 10,000 emails, that means you'll make 10K a month, okay? And this is true. Like, this is a valid statistic. This statistic has been made by, you know, marketers that have been marketing for like 30 years. Before I was born, they were already doing $1 per email subscriber per month, you know, so this is absolutely valid. But obviously we're here to talk about $500 a day. So to do that, essentially, technically, from my experience, all you need is these numbers, okay, to achieve these numbers in terms of growth. And we're gonna get into monetization and how to do it. But on Instagram, from my experience, coaching over 100 people and having my own brand, on Instagram, if you have 100K followers, right? You have that. And then on email, you have 10K emails, right? 10,000 emails, email list, who came from your Instagram, okay? So the people, I mean, they can come from anywhere, but this is the easiest. You get the traffic for free or on Instagram, and then you drive people to email. And by the way, having 100,000 followers, you can pretty much collect 10,000 emails over a longer period of time with the right, you know, call to actions and freebies. But essentially, if you have this, okay, if you have this should be your goal for $500 a day. Because if you have 100K followers and 10K emails, and you know what the fuck you're doing, sorry for my language, you'll make $15,000 a month, which is $500 a day, right? $500 a day, which is what we want here. And you might ask, Arnas, where does all of this AI thing come from? Like, what are we doing here? So now that we know all the basics, I can explain you that on Instagram, for example, you know, for content creation, we probably use, like for 80% of our content, we use AI, right? So we find what's going viral using AI. We remake the content using AI. We rewrite the captions using AI. We fact check the stuff using AI, which saves my guys, you know, my team, a long time, which means we can have better content than anyone else on Instagram. That's why we can have 1 million followers, right? That's why we can go viral. That's why we can get 100 million views per month, right? So we're using AI for this. And when it comes to email, you might think I don't know anything about email, which is true. You may not know anything about email, and you may not know anything about making $1 per email per month yet. But using AI, you can actually write beautiful emails, okay? Amazing emails. My copywriter, who's writing Passionate Income email newsletter, he's probably spending like 20, 30 minutes writing an email, right? Obviously, he's leveraging AI in all of that. So since AI came out, we've been using it very, 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 you know, hard and actively. So you have to understand that as well, right? Okay, so we're using AI in our whole process, and we're using AI in our product, you know, delivery and our product pipeline, right? So how do you actually make the money, right? Let's get into that. So I can bore you for, you know, an hour longer and just talk about monetization, but I guess this is for the next video. But I'll cover some stuff about it, right? So monetization on IG would be this, and let's say email goes here, and we kind of connect this. Think of this yin and yang of online business. This is the best thing you can have. An IG following plus emails as a faceless brand, okay? That's what I truly believe. If we're talking about personal branding, same. IG plus email, maybe a bit of YouTube. But let's talk about monetization here, right? Monetization. So how do you monetize? You already understood that you can use AI for Instagram to grow 100K followers. And you already understood that AI can write emails for you, and you can have 10K emails. And you'll just grow an Instagram account with the right content that AI will make you. And then you will take all those followers and promote them something, some free ebook or something to collect their email. So now, let's say you have 100K followers and 10K emails. That's the easiest part. A lot of people can actually get 100K very quick. I've seen people get it in like a few weeks, okay? So it's totally possible, but how do you monetize? So on Instagram itself, I have a few things that I really like to do, and there are more things you can do, but on Instagram itself, first of all, you can sell shoutouts. Shoutouts? Have you ever seen a faceless brand post someone and be like, hey, follow my guy at owner Arnas because he's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's a shout out. You know, someone paid that Instagram page to post that and promote him. Okay? So you have shout outs. I made a lot of money from shout outs myself. Okay? A lot of money. So shout outs are awesome. Whoop, I guess I lost the blue one. So shout outs on Instagram, that's awesome. Then having your own digital products, okay? Digital products. Okay? So when you have a bunch of digital products, or even one good one, right? You'll be able to make sales every single day. You can have one product which will consistently bring you sales from your link in bio, okay? Then you have affiliate marketing. And this affiliate marketing is not just like what you see being promoted on internet as affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing, what it truly is just getting a cut from promoting someone else's product, but getting a huge cut. That's what we want. We want 40, 50% commissions on a higher end product, right? So that's affiliate marketing. We can promote it on our IG. And something that leads me into, emails is email newsletters. So email newsletters, you see how this all is intertwined? So email newsletters, as you collect emails from your IG through a newsletter, you'll make money, right? And I'll explain how. So number one, foot in the door. In the door. So, foot in the door. What do I mean by that? And this is not the main way of making money. A lot of people think that this is the main way, but this is only foot in the door. This is some little amount of money that you get, right, when people come at you or sign up. But when you send people from your IG to your email list, once they sign up, and you can go to thepassionateincome.com and sign up for my newsletter, you'll see this. You'll see a pop-up that pops up and says, hey, you might want to register to these email newsletters for free as well, since you're signing up for this one. And if you press yes, there will be like 5 or 6 email newsletters that you can as well, subscribe to. And what I'll get on average, every single person that comes, let's say one subscriber, I can get $1 to $2 per subscriber that comes in and follows. Some people will say, no, I'm not interested in signing up for these. Some people will sign up for all 5. On average, you'll make $1 to $2 from the foot in the door. So this is like it. You're kind of making money from Instagram, but now you're building an email newsletter, right? What's the other way of making money from emails? So you have sponsorships, right? Sponsorships are huge. And I've done some of them as well. And I love them, okay? So sponsorships is when another company comes and says, hey, we love your audience. We love what you're writing in your newsletter. Can we sponsor you? Can we pay you money so you promote us in your emails, okay? Very simple. You can do that. You can also do affiliate marketing, but when it comes to email, you already kind of filtered through the people. So I would go with high ticket affiliate marketing, okay? Why do I say high ticket? Because these people are already filtered through, right? So these are not just random people clicking a link on your IG. These people are already reading your emails. They know what they're doing. So you can sell them products for $5,000 and get 50% commission on that from one customer, right? That's absolutely amazing. All you need to do is find a proven to work funnel, and then you just promote it in your every single email. I have some insane high ticket affiliate marketing offers or main sponsorship offers or whatever you want to call them, but essentially a company pays me commission every time someone comes, and they're huge. You can generate leads, okay? So lead gen for companies. So a company can pay you anywhere between $50 to $500, if you drive them a lead. So you give them someone's phone number, email address, name, and let's say their position at the company and how big their company is. If they have that information, they can pay you money, right? So if you have that information, how do you get it? You say, hey, we're doing a giveaway, fill out this form, and you'll be in. And when you have all that data, you can sell it to companies, okay? You can sell data to companies essentially. And then, obviously, again, digital products, these are great for email newsletters as well. Digital products. So you see how this is intertwined, right? You have digital products here, you have digital products here. You have affiliate marketing here, you have affiliate marketing here, but this is more high ticket. You're promoting a newsletter here, and you're promoting a newsletter. And Shout outs are really just sponsorships at the end of the day. They're just like different words, and they are a bit different because you're working with different type of avatars, but what it entails is the same thing, right? So now you know how you can make $500 a day with the help of AI, right? And all of these, again, shout outs, you can use AI to negotiate the deals and do the outreach to the companies. Digital products, you can create digital products with the help of AI tools, okay? Affiliate marketing, you can come up with affiliate marketing sales copy for your brand using AI. Email newsletter, you can write the whole email newsletter with AI. Foot in the door thing, okay? You can have a call to action here generated by AI, okay? Sponsorships, again, same thing. You can use AI tools to reach out to companies for sponsorships automatically just using AI. High ticket affiliate marketing, AI will help you a lot by, how you sell high ticket affiliate marketing. People on your email list, you'll tell them, hey, we have this amazing thing which can help you lose 20 kilos, 20 pounds in the next 3 days. Just a random offer, right? I'm throwing it out there. If you want to know more, reply to this email with the word yes, and I'll send you more information. They reply, and then you use AI to reply back, have a conversation, and then you close them on that. Lead generation, it's all AI anyways. Digital products, again, you can create digital products yourself with AI. You can create the digital product landing page, you can create the description, you can create the sales copy. And all of this content is AI, email is AI, okay? So we use AI tools essentially with IG business model to do this, okay? So if this was useful for you, all I want you to do, okay, is leave a comment and tell me if I should do more of these whiteboard videos, okay? Leave a comment, be like, Arnas, this was great. Also, if you're watching all of this and you're like, wow, you have a lot of knowledge. By the way, this is just an hour of my knowledge, which I'm just like, I'm not even covering the tip of the iceberg, right? And you're like, you know what, Arnas, I want to hire you and I want to work with you. You can DM me the word coach, or you know what? DM me the word coaching, coaching on my Instagram at owner Arnas. And I'll send you a voice message, be like, yo, what's up? And I'll see if I can even help you in the first place. You might like all of this stuff, but you might not be a good fit, right, to do this. So if you want this, shoot me a message called coaching at owner Arnas, and I'll help you to make this happen in your real life, right? Ask yourself, what's $500 a day worth? Like, what can you do with it? I guess like everyone can do different things, but just take the action, earn the money, and use a proper business model. Don't use AI alone just for the sake of using AI. Use trustworthy and proven to work business models and use tools like AI to feed them, okay? So hope you enjoyed this video. Also, if you want more videos like that, leave a like under the video, and I'll see you in the next one.